Throughout the short life this show has currently been through, I've covered a wide range of games, including childhood favourites and games from later on in my youth. Although there's been exceptions to the formula, I typically choose the games I cover here based on fond memories, which is what makes the subject of today's video a little more special. You see, BuzzingCars is a game I used to have on a Windows XP desktop long before I even had an internet connection. At some point the computer was kinda just abandoned, as well as the 99 games in one disc I had for it. Now at the time I was pretty young and didn't think too much of the situation. After all, I did have my good old PlayStation 2 if I wanted to play anything. Later on in my life I began to think about this one game on the disc, wishing I could remember the name just to see more of it, and thus my search began. So I was just recording epic gameplay and I've clipped myself into the wall and can't get out. For the past 10 years or so, I've been actively trying to find the name of this game. It just seemed like something too obscure. I couldn't find any information on it anywhere. Although, to be fair, I was being extremely vague with my searches. Some time ago, I decided I'd look for others to see if they could help me in my quest to identify this game. It led me to a subreddit, and I shit you not, within 10 minutes, somebody commented the exact name of the game I was looking for. My 10-year search was just destroyed by this one guy who found it in an instant. Getting a copy of the game now was all that was left. Searching for the game on Google quickly brought to my attention cbot.net. The website hosted information about many titles created by Epsicatech, developer of BuzzingCars. Under the option to purchase all of their games was the following message:
"Sorry, we no longer sell any games. Our games have been open sourced and some can be downloaded for free from following project pages."
I downloaded an ISO of the game. However, that left me with an issue. As I played the ISO file, eventually I managed to find a way around this, and now all that's left is to look at the game itself. BuzzingCars is a racing game. Kinda. It sees you, the player, take control of a humble mechanic. I'm not too sure what his name is, so let's just call him Gamer Jones. Gamer Jones sits at a remote station, operating a car through various missions across a multitude of environments, although most of which are industrial landscapes. Sometimes they change colour. That's pretty cool. There are also a couple of grassy plains and lethal lava lands throughout the missions, but in general there's not too much going on in terms of visuals.
Gameplay-wise, each course is designed in a coherent way which feels natural and fun to traverse. However, a few missions create the illusion of a maze-like environment which can lead the player into venturing worlds for an extremely long time in an attempt to complete objectives. Some objectives are relatively linear, seeing the player have to complete a circuit or reach the end of a track. Although there are many other types of objectives, such as transporting characters or destroying these green alien creatures. Throughout the game, these green pests appear as an antagonist of sorts which the player often encounters. The climax of the game sees the player taking the king's life. However, my personal favorite mission sees the player chasing down a lower vermin in a car. Although not all cars are fast enough for this mission, which sees your credits being spent on vehicles.
There's many different types of cars you can choose, although you need to unlock them through credits. To get the credits you have to complete missions. Getting a certain amount of credits will also unlock the next set of missions, but if you buy a car it puts your credits back and you need to earn them again to get closer to unlocking the next set of missions. It's kind of a weird process. If you're really bad at a level, you can replay previous levels in order to get these credits back, although the entire process is kind of tedious. Control-wise, the car is pretty good. Nothing bad about it. There seems to be a delay between pressing the key and it doing its action, although when playing the game you quickly get used to this, and personally I haven't noticed it too much. As well as the mission modes, there's also a multitude of tracks you can race around. I'm not too interested in this personally, I quite prefer the mission mode, and honestly there's not really too much more to explain about the game. I think it's just nice to finally have this come really documented. It's been a lost piece of art for a while. I just called this art unironically. This part isn't scripted, I want to let you know. Most of this is unscripted. This game was a really significant thing in a small part of my youth, and it's just odd to see it have been sort of undocumented. So this video is dedicated to you, BuzzingCars. So how did it feel being kicked to the side entirely this time?
This series will burn to the ground without me.
Alright, thanks for your support then.